Just back from the morning shoot-around. Raptors going through their paces for the Bobcats tonight. And interesting to hear Jay Triano talk about what a challenge the game would be for his young wingmen, DeMar DeRozan and Sonny Weems, when you look at Gerald Wallace and Stephen Jackson, a couple of experienced, established, veteran players.
Physical players as well.
Yes.
Physical players that really get into you on the defensive end, especially with Gerald Wallace, and that's not taking anything away from Stephen Jackson, but then very gifted offensively in terms of their athleticism and their physical nature on the offensive end as well. And I was a little surprised, Jay Triano kind of saying, to be blunt, I mean,
openly,
word, you'll hear the clip on the radio station that Gerald Wallace is the kind of guy that flops. And I asked Jay the question, and I was trying to.
You danced around it nicely.
I said, Gerald Wallace has a bit of a reputation for kind of flailing a little bit and not necessarily liking contact. Didn't really want to say flop. And Jay just came out and said, yeah, he flops. He's got a reputation for flopping, and I don't know why he necessarily gets the calls that he does, but that's the reputation that he kind of has. And as stupid as it sounds, Jonesy, I know people used to say this about Bosch sometimes, that the way that you're sort of demonstrative in terms of the way that you sell it, but also as stupid as it might be, the hair and whatever else that you used to be with the dreads or with the
cornrows,
whatever else, and the hair gets flying all over the place, and it kind of sells the whole job that much more. It sounds stupid, but it's legit.
Well, we talked about it.
I wish I had that problem.
We talked about it with a lot of players. They go to the hoop, and in the middle of their move on their approach to the basket, they almost throw their head back, and any kind of contact. I mean, you can practice that if you want, and I think that's what happens. I think it used to happen a lot with the likes of Manu Ginobili. He was a guy that used to get those kinds of calls, and he still does now. But Wallace, and we comment on this on the radio, he's like one of those guys you play against in the playground where defensively he's tough, he's rugged, he leans, he likes to bump, and then at the other end he doesn't like the contact. He's the same guy calling for the ref to call a foul at the other end. It's all one way. So
that goes on a lot though around the league with most players, and probably even for many of you that just play the game, because it's become, heck, even when we play our pickup game sometimes on the road,
it's in vogue.
I know I'll do it sometimes where you go into the hoop and somebody hits you and you're like, ah!
Yeah.
And then somebody say, I didn't foul you. He said, I didn't say you did.
Just try to get the call. And I think the refs have to, I think they have to back off on that. I think, when you're a little guy and you go inside, you get different officiating than when two big guys.
Talking about me now?
No, just in general.
Just in
general. Sharpened elbows. Yeah. Look, the other guy, as we have talked about Gerald Wallace and Stephen Jackson, and I think the one thing that both of these guys have, Eric, is not only physical, but they're tough-minded as well.
Yeah.
They keep coming at you. They keep, they're relentless in their pursuit of trying to break you down and wear you down. They don't give in. I think it's going to be a real test. The other thing that Jay mentioned too was the fact that Jose's not with the team and there's no natural point guard. They may try to press, and Larry Brown, the college guy, and he does things a little bit differently, and he's not opposed to trying something like that. We may see some full court pressure, some half court traps. It's something that the Carolina crew does a lot. We saw, John Kuster do it in Detroit. They pressed a little, got a few steals. We saw George Karl come with a little bit of pressure after a free throw. So don't be surprised if we see some of that tonight with Barbosa and Bayless. And Jay Triano said we're going to have to be ready to help those guys out.
Another just quick update on Jose Calderon. Triano said that he doesn't really know, and Jose doesn't even seem to know where the injury sort of came from, or where or why it flared up. Just that it became very painful in his foot after the New York game. And he said same thing for Stojakovic. Stojakovic still continues to experience a ton of swelling in his knee. Jay said to his knowledge there isn't any structural damage. He just goes by what the trainers tell him and when he's available to go, and it just continues to be a major problem for Stojakovic. So these lingering things that are kind of going on, the Raptors trying to play through it. So that's pretty much it from Charlotte. Tonight, Michael Jordan inducted into the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame. The joke there being why he already in there. I mean, heck, he's in the Basketball Hall of Fame, and now they're just getting around to putting him into the North Carolina Basketball Hall of Fame. I hope it just opened yesterday, because otherwise I don't know why he's not already there, Jones. It doesn't seem to make
It doesn't make sense, but we'll be looking tonight. Former Raptor Charles Oakley in town for that ceremony, and who knows who else. As we heard yesterday, it sounds like they're bringing a whole bunch of people in for Michael, and well, they should.
And I'm wearing the scarf today for the winter look because it's winter time, it's Christmas time, it's the Christmas CD. The release coming up later this week. Jonesy may be making a cameo on the CD as well. It'll be available basically through me at Raptor games on Friday, Sunday, and Wednesday for $5. All proceeds going to charity. Got to thank Mark and Jacob and Ryan and others out there that are viewers of the vlog and readers of the blog, listeners of the radio station who have helped out by donating some CDs and their artistic talents to the CD cover and whatever else. And we are going to make the world's worst Christmas CD on Thursday. Actually, it won't be the world's worst because I'm not a big American Idol fan, but I remember that William Hung dude, and I guarantee that Jacko and I, with the help of guys like Jonesy and maybe Matt Devlin as well, we will make a better Christmas CD than William Hung. I might even put that on the CD cover, you know? This is better than William
You could
Hung's.
go viral though, man. I could be working with it. You could go viral, and all of a sudden I need a new broadcast.
No. I'm always with you, Jones.
All right.
I'm always there.
7 o'clock tonight, folks. Tip off from Time Warner Cable Arena.